All right, so McLaren Cup Championship, top 10 drivers, 10th place, Joseph Steele, who's not here right now. Go Joseph. Let's see, 9th place, Mike Radnauer. 8th place, Josiah Schelling. All right, Josiah, we have an 8th place trophy for you here. We're gonna get a picture of everybody, so hold on to the trophy. 8th place. Let's see here. 7th place, Scott Pritchard. 6th place, Justin Oliver, tying with Scott, but getting it by basis of most races. So Justin Oliver getting that 6th place trophy. Bring her up there, Justin. So top 5, Casey Griffin getting that 5th place. And then Brad Schelling getting the 4th place. Oop, turn around. Now you can take a picture. There you go. And then 3rd place, Josh Bellingford, Magoo. And then 2nd place, Tim Moore. Good run, Tim. Getting 2nd place this year with the McLaren Championship. And your 2017 McLaren Championship winner, Eddie Leonard. All right, Thunder Banner, please, gentlemen. Walk around the track. Don't walk across the track. Old guy. All right, now we can get on to the race. Trans Am on the track. David Panter, your TQ in Trans Am with a 23.511.
Jeremy Linney.
I need TC drivers and a couple volunteers out to Marshall. TC drivers and a couple volunteers. Hey, Rooster's ready.
David Panter. Will Sheffield.
All right, Rick out there. Hey, Rick's out there. Sean's out there. 2 volunteers in the middle. We're gonna dock that Durla guy 16 million laps for not marshalling.
Discussion.
Yeah, I marshaled everything yesterday.
Rooster Novak.
All right. David on the point. Hold it. Do I have a quarter? I do not have a quarter. Anybody got a quarter? No, we're flipping it. Give me a quarter. All right, David. Heads. Nope, it's heads up. All right, David on the point. All that for a coin flip for that, huh? What? Oh, whether it's head ups or inverse, because he may call it tails, and if it comes up heads, it is reverse. It's still it's a double chance. All right, then Wes and Will. Yeah, I get. Hey, now line them up. You guys aren't going to rake each other. Then the orange, and then the orange and blue, McLaren, and then the red, white, and blue. Wow, Jackie. Jackie just harsh. All right. Drivers, we have marshals in the corners and on the track. Drivers, Trans Am 8 minutes. See if Wes can hold up for 8 minutes or he'll choke. Drivers on the tone, less than 5. And they're off and running. Oh, little tap from Will there. Tries to put inside. Oh, they both tap. Will gets the corner, goes wide there. Oh, Jeremy rolls it upside down. Ends up going to the back of the pack. Rooster up into that, I believe, 4th spot. But up at the front is David Panter, followed by Wes and Will. How they came across the line. Trouble in the chicane. Debris. Paint, maybe. Oh. Rooster falls to the back of the pack as the leader comes up on him. Easy. 2nd place behind you, Rooster. Thank you, sir. And then, oh, Will drives right into Rooster. He gave him the corner, but oh no, Rooster, I think we got a spur. Oh, trouble up at the front. Battle between Wes and David. Wes goes out into pit lane. Pull the red, white, and blue. Oh, David off the track. Wes takes the lead. David yanks it back in and to 2nd, taps the pipe. Will goes inside, down the straightaway. Battle 2nd and 3rd as Wes in the lead. So Wes trying to stretch it out, 1.5 second gap. The battle right now, 2nd and 3rd, Will and David. Wes in the 42 mellow yellow ride. Oh, watch it in the middle. Help your dad out. 3 generations of Schellings here running. But Wes, 1.7 second gap, works his way down the straightaway in the black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Green, okay, black and green. It's got yellow numbers.
6 minutes left.
Wes up on the J, coming up behind Jeremy in 4th. The battle still 2nd and 3rd down the straightaway. David holding off Will, but Will trying to close in on him. Leader works his way around Jeremy. He comes up behind Rob now. Rob gets out of the way. Rod fighting about a lap down to Woo. Let's see, Jeremy up a lap on Rob, and Jeremy a lap down to the leaders now as Wes trying to hold off, 2.2 second gap. David and Will just back and forth, 4th and back, finding out for that 2nd and 3rd spot. The gap was 0.27, now 0.5 as Will falls a little bit further behind, puts it up on 2 wheels on the curbing. David trying to stretch it out to try to get an attack onto Wes. The gap 1.5 now as David pulls off 2/10 on that lap. Wes with a 13.6, David with a 13.4. Long race to go. We're not even halfway. Wes works his way through the sweeper into the infield. David coming up on Rob. Rob gets way out of the way. But this allowed Will to close back in on David. 8/10 separate those two, but David now 1.1 behind Wes. The battle first, second, and third down the straightaway through the sweeper into the infield. Wes trying to hold on to it here. He goes through the chicane. David right there, but Will not letting David get away. Will trying to chase him down, tightens it up too much, loses a little bit of ground, but knows too much. David works his way into the chicane. Wes pulling away just a little bit on that lap, but Will right on the back bumper of David. David goes out wide at the end of the straight. Will
left.
closes in on him as he tightens it up. Gap 1.3 to David, 1.4 to Wes, or to Will. So Wes, oh, David rolls it. Jackie out there to Marshall as quick as possible, puts David down in the third now. That's going to allow Will to close in on Wes as Will takes over that second place spot. David down to third. See the gap is between third. Oh, trouble for Wes coming into the infield. 1.3 was the gap. David about 3 seconds behind the leaders, but Will now on his back bumper. Wes works his way through the sweeper, gets a little bit of gap, but Will right there putting pressure on Wes. At the J, Will up on two wheels over the curbing. Wes misses the diagonal. Oh, Will inside, takes over the lead. Wes down the back bumper of him. Oh, he goes inside, but he rolls it. He's going to have to wait. Will takes over the lead now.
3 minutes left.
So Will in the lead. Wes down the second. David still in third, sitting in catbirds, about 1.9 back on Wes. Jeremy a lap and a half down to those guys, and Rob a couple laps down to Jeremy. But everybody at the front still pretty tight. About a half a straightaway to 3/4 of straightaway separate first to second, second to third. Oh, Will rolls it at the J. Lets Wes close in on him, but Wes goes wide at the diagonal. So it is Will, Wes, David, the gap between all three, 2.1 seconds. David and Wes going 13.3s, Will 13.4. So they are closing on him. Will taps coming out of the diagonal.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes to go. The gap 6/10. Wes trying to close it on, but he's going to have to start worrying about David. They go up the short straight in front of the driver's stand, around the J, through the diagonal, almost side by side. The gap 1.2 seconds separates the top three drivers. They come all up on Rob. 1, 2, and 3. Minute and a half to go, drivers. David closing seriously on the back bumper of Wes. Will goes out wide, going into the chicane. Wes tightens it up. David tightens it up too. Round the J they go. Will through the diagonal. Oh, David tries to go inside. They tap going onto the straightaway. David, oh, he puts it up, rolls himself as he cemented himself into that third place by that mistake. So now Wes is going to have to try to close back in on Will. David puts himself over the pipe.
1 minute left.
The gap, 1.8 seconds between Will and Wes. Oh, Wes rolls it. Wait, go. The gap, 1.9.
45
as Will
seconds
works his
left.
way into chicane. Driver, Marshall on the straightaway, Will through the chicane, or through the diagonal. Wes through the diagonal. Wes with a 13.6. Will, 13.7 for Wes. 13.6 for Will.
30 seconds left.
As the leader comes up behind Jeremy. Jeremy pops over the pipe. Third place, and now second
15
place.
seconds left.
Oh, Will rolls it. West up into the lead. So West, by Will rolling it there, takes over the lead with 2 seconds to go. Stay right there. Stay right there.
Bob's
Hold
done.
your corners.
David
Oh,
Cameron
Will
done.
hard through the diagonal.
Wesley
Misses it.
Hutchinson. Jeremy Linney
As
Will
West takes
Sheffield's
the
done.
win. Will
The
brings
race
home in
is
second.
completed.
David third. Jeremy fourth. Robin fifth. Unbelievable run, guys. Phew. Made it fun calling. F1 on the track. All it takes is one roll. All right, drivers from the last race,
2 minutes
back out
to
to
the start
Marshall.
of the
Drivers
race.
from the last race, please come back out to Marshall. That's a long race, ain't it?
Steve Keith. Eddie Leonard. One minute to the start of the race.
All right, F1s are checking in. Drivers from the last race, back out to Marshall. Steve, Myron, Will, Eddie, and Scott.
45 seconds
No
to
Scott.
the start of the race.
You broke?
Myron Kinnard.
All right.
Thirty seconds to the start of the race.
Give Will a second here to go back to back. Eddie got his wing back on.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, VTA out to Marshall. VTA out to Marshall. Okay. David's got the sweeper. All right, as soon as Will checks in, we'll be ready to go.
Will Sheffield.
All right, Steve Keithy, your TQ. Let's line them on up. Let's go every other one. Starting from the second one back. There, Wes, you want to grid them up there? Oops, stop, Will. All right, pull Myron back one. Just kick him. All right, push Will back a little on the line. Yep. And then Eddie. All right. F1 drivers on the tone, less than 5. Oh, Myron upside down already, back to 4th. Will gets a little sideways coming on the chicane. Eddie up in the 2nd. Eddie having a rough day qualifying. Myron around Will with no problem. Yanked the trigger there. But Eddie in the red, Myron in the white, Will in the blue. We have, yes, I said it, the red, white, and blue. Myron now all over the back bumper of Eddie. Oh, Eddie goes out wide, lets Myron by. Wow, that was way wide. So that puts Steve up into the lead.
5 minutes left.
Steve about 4.5 seconds ahead of Myron. Eddie 2.3 back in 3rd. Will in 4th, about 11 seconds back. There are a couple hard early laps. Oh, Will puts it up on 2 wheels again, coming out of the into the chicane. So everybody's stretched out right now.
4 minutes left.
Myron about 5.2 seconds back as Steve cranks a 12 flat. Myron 12.1. Eddie with a 12.7. Will with a 12.9. Closest battle right now. Myron about 5 seconds behind Steve. Steve works his way through the chicane. Myron down through the sweeper into the infield. Six seconds between Steve and Myron. 6 seconds between Eddie and Myron. Leader coming up behind Eddie. Eddie trying to put a lap on Will. No. Steve taps. Going on to the straightaway. See if Myron can close on this. Will rolls it over the pipe. The gap still 6.2 seconds. Eddie about 7 seconds behind Myron now. Steve through the sweeper. Myron into the diagonal. Eddie
2 minutes left.
Into the chicane, and Will through the chicane, 1 lap down. Fast lap is Steve Keithy, 11.9. Myron with a 12.1. Eddie with a 12.4, and Will with a 12.5.
1 minute left.
Steve, 6-0. Trouble through the sweeper. Watch it through the sweeper. Steve now 6.8 seconds, slowly stretching it out. He's on a blistering 36-10.
45 seconds left. Seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
Oh, watching it in the infield. Myron upside down. Will Steve put a lap on him? Yes, he will. Oh, Eddie upside down.
Will Sheffield done.
That's a race. Everybody's done.
Steve,
wow.
Myron
Steve with a 36-11 takes the win. Myron 29, Eddie 28, and Will 27. Everybody finished 6-11, 6-12, 6-11, 6-11. All right, GT, B main. Tim Moore, your BQ.
Tim Moore.
Followed by Justin, Thomas, Josiah, Wes, and Brad. Brad thinking he's going to repossess his car from his dad.
Justin Oliver. Tommy Rocket. Josiah Schelling. Two minutes to the start of the race. Brad Schelling.
Just waiting on Wes to check. Putting body clips on, just got done marshaling. I need all four of the drivers from the F1 back out there to marshal. All four F1 drivers, please come back and marshal.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Wesley Matujan. 30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Marshals are out there. Line them up. We should be able to do every other one. First one. All right, Justin, Tommy, Josiah, and then Wes and Brad. All right. You ready, Will? All right. Get ready to catch. You too, Jackie. Jackie went back in the bathroom. All right, drivers. On the tone, less than 5. Woo! Oh, Wes. Big jump at the front, or the back there, trying to get around Josiah. Up at the front, though, Tim and son-in-law Justin down the straightaway. Tim puts it up on 2 wheels going into the sweeper there. Justin gaining just a little bit of ground. Oh, Wes upside down. Oh, Tommy upside down lets Josiah around for that 3rd spot. But it is Tim Moore, followed by Justin Oliver. Tim in the green, Justin in the green and red Christmas colors. Josiah in the yellow, Tommy in the green and white, and Brad in the yellow and white. Tim getting a little bit of breathing room there as Justin making a mistake. Oh, Brad tries to go inside Tommy, ends up catching the pipe, falls back to that 5th place. Wes trying to crawl back from that early lap wreck. So your leader threw the sweeper into the infield. Tim Moore in that green and white works his way in front of the driver's stand, around the J, through the diagonal. Justin now 0.8 of a second behind him. Oh, Josiah having trouble into the sweeper there. Gonna let Tommy close in on. Oh, Josiah upside down in the chicane. Tommy was 3 seconds back, but now gonna be slightly closer. The gap now 1.6 seconds between Tommy and Josiah. Josiah falls 3 seconds behind Justin. Justin half a second behind Tim, though. Down the straightaway through the sweeper. The battle 1st and 2nd into the infield. Justin puts it up on 2 wheels. Tim trying to hold him off. They go through the diagonal. Down the straightaway as they'll come up on Wes. Tommy starting to close in on Josiah now. Josiah in the yellow. Tommy in the green and white. Right behind him, Justin nice and tight on the J. Tightens up on the back bumper. Tim looking for the clean pass. Tim goes into the infield. Justin right there through the chicane. Justin tightens it up, straight up to J. They work through the diagonal. Justin right there hitting the brakes. Oh, taps. Oh, Tim trouble through the sweeper. Go high in the sweeper, high in the sweeper. Tim falls back to 3rd behind Josiah with Tommy right behind him in that 4th place. And Brad right behind Tommy. So the Justin out and gone now as Josiah now 3.4 back through the sweeper. Tim back up in the 2nd. No, back down to 3rd. Josiah in the yellow. Tim in the green and white. The dark green. And then, oh, Josiah trouble coming onto the straightaway. Tim right there putting pressure on him. Justin is checked out on this battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That is Josiah, Tim, Tommy, and Brad working their way onto the straightaway. Justin now 4.7 seconds up on 2nd place. Josiah in the yellow. Tim right behind him with Tommy right behind Tim. Brad falling just a little bit further back now in the white and yellow. Tim scrapes it off the wall in the sweeper. Tommy right up on his back bumper, trying to put pressure on Tim. Oh, Tommy rolls it. Falls back into place. Now Brad on Tommy's rear bumper. So the battle, 2nd and 3rd around the J, 4th and 5th around the J. Brad right there in the mix. Goes a little wide. Tommy taps it going onto the straightaway. Tommy and Brad. Oh, Tommy misses the corner. Brad around. So that puts Brad up in the 4th. Tommy down the 5th. Tommy taps again.
2 minutes left.
Up in 2nd, though, is Josiah. Tim 0.6 of a second behind him. They work their way onto the straightaway. Josiah goes out a little wide. Tim tightens it up coming in the infield. Josiah in that yellow. Tim in that green and white. Josiah through the diagonal. Tim through the diagonal. Onto the straightaway. The gap now 0.5 as Tim pulls off 1/10 of a second on that lap. Next person they're going to see is Wes. Wes sitting about 3 seconds behind Tommy. Tommy through the sweeper. Wes through the sweeper. So Wes still out of the game here. Trying to chase down Tommy. Tommy through the diagonal. Wes through the diagonal, but Josiah coming up on the back bumper of Wes. Got second and third. Wes gets out of the way for Josiah. Third place behind you.
1 minute left.
Wes doesn't want to lose any ground to Tommy as Tommy goes into the chicane. Oh, Wes taps. Brad still sitting in that fourth place. He's about 3 seconds behind Tim.
Left.
As Tim works his way past pit lane. Now here comes Brad down the straightaway through the pit lane himself. The tight battle here, though, between Tim and Josiah. Josiah in the yellow onto the straightaway. Tim right behind him on the straightaway.
30 seconds left.
Justin Oliver in the catbird seat at the front of this game. He has got about a 6-second gap. He can just run center of the track for the next 20 seconds.
15 seconds left.
Closest battle still Tim, 5/10 behind Josiah. Tim onto the straightaway, chasing down Josiah. This should be their last lap. When you hit the line, you're done.
Tommy Rocket done. Josiah Spelling done. Tim Moore done.
Justin on his victory lap
Brad
here.
Spelling done.
29 lapper for Justin Oliver, taking the win. Good run, Justin. Josiah bringing home in a tightly contested battle with Tim Moore. Brad bringing home fourth, Tommy in fifth, and Wes in sixth. Unbelievable battle there. Good run, guys. All right, those drivers just got done. I know you're shaking, but need you back out here to Marshall for the A main 7-car event.
Scott Fuller. Jeffy Woodard. 2 minutes to the start of the race.
All right, a few drivers working their way out onto the track. I think we got most of them going here.
Myron
All right, all the drivers from last race are back out to Marshall. Myron showing off, trying to dent the paint job. Good job, Myron. He's just going to sit there.
To the start of the race. Steve Keith. Eddie Leonard.
I just went on John to check in. Captain Slow qualifying fourth with the handout motor. Locked timing. Hey, that's your body clip. Maybe.
John Prolex Barron.
Maybe not.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Jackie Woodard, GTQ for GT. Followed by Myron Scott, John, Steve, Jeremy, and Eddie.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Straightaway's closed. Straightaway is closed. Every other, move up one, Jackie. Up a couple, Scott. One more right there. And then John at the flag. Steve at the Tekin banner. Jeremy and Eddie. Yep, we're good. All right. Drivers. On the tone. Less than 5. Woo, Scott gets a little sideways, lets Barron around for third. Eddie rolls it. Scott loses another to Steve as he gets sideways again. Oh, Barron upside down backwards, falls 2 spots. All that work for nothing. Oh, Steve, a little tap there up at the front, though. It is Jackie and Myron. Myron cranking, trying to chase Jackie down here. Jackie changing bodies, a little bit of drift there. Wow, that Awesomatics just turns and goes. Battle 3rd, 4th, 5th, down the straightaway through the sweeper. Steve, Scott, John, Eddie in that 6th place, Jeremy in 7th. Up at the front, the battle gap, 7/10. They're trading 11/7s, 11/8s. Oh, through the diagonal. Myron closes in on Jackie. Oh, body tuck for Steve. Lets Scott by. Trouble for Jeremy. Going to have the leaders coming up behind him. Scott into that 3rd spot. Steve all over his back bumpers. Scott in the orange, Steve in the blue and white. Oh, John finds his favorite spot. Falls back even further behind Eddie. Puts him down to 6th. Oh, Myron catches the pipe. Steve catches the pipe. Scott jumps the pipe. Oh my gosh. Nobody wants 2nd place. Or they're trying too hard. It is Jackie now up 4 seconds on Myron. Steve in 3rd. Scott 4th. 1.4 back. Steve 1.4 behind Myron. Eddie 2.6 behind Scott.
Left.
John 2.7 behind Eddie. Jeremy 2.8 behind John. So mid to the back of the pack, stretched out just a little bit. Jackie trying to check out with this one in that green and silver. Steve finds the pipe. Oh, Eddie rolls it back. Weebles wobbles, but they don't fall down. So your leader in that green and silver works his way into the chicane in front of the driver's stand. Around the J, he has got a 4.6 second lead over Myron. Let's see, Steve up about 2.3 on Scott. Trying to close in on Myron here as they go 11-9, 11-9. Scott with a 12-1, falling just a little bit back. Eddie with a 12-1, John with a 12-2, and Jeremy with a 12-1. Trouble for John through the chicane. Gonna let Jeremy close into him just a little bit. Scott
3
trouble
minutes
past
left.
pit lane, finding all the walls. Everybody stretched out just a little bit. Scott falls now 3.6 behind Steve. Steve in that dark blue, white stripe down the center. He is coming up on, let's see. Oh, John puts himself in the penalty box. Lets Jeremy by, but Jeremy rolls it. Oh, Steve misses the corner. Holds on to position, but Scott gonna came all kinds of room as Steve now 5 seconds back on Myron. Scott in that 4th place, coming up on the 7th place of John Barron. John lets him by. Jackie around, putting a lap on John. First car to come a lap down. Oh, Scott puts it up on 2 wheels. Shoo. No battle. Oh, Jackie makes a mistake. Lets Scott back
2
by.
minutes left.
Scott gives Jackie the corner. John trying to get a lap back from Scott. Maybe. Oh, Scott. Oh, puts himself in the penalty box. Fix the track. Pull that back. Yeah. Barron doing barrel rolls. Myron put, oh. Easy. So Jackie checking out, 4.7 seconds. Steve about 6 seconds behind Myron. Scott 6 seconds behind Steve. Eddie 4 seconds behind Scott. Jeremy starting to close in on Eddie. Eddie in that green, or that Eddie in the red. Jeremy in the white. The gap was 1.1 at the line last time around.
45 seconds left.
Closest battle is that battle between Jeremy and Eddie. Jackie right behind Jeremy, putting a lap down on him.
30 seconds left.
Steve lap down to Scott upside down. Wow, Jeremy hard into the pit lane wall. Gonna let Eddie get a little bit of breathing room. Oh, Eddie off the track. Oh my gosh, what is going on in the last couple laps here?
Steve,
I'm glad the race is over. Eddie, you're done. You hit the line. Steve, you're done. Waiting on Jackie and John. Oh my gosh. Jackie takes the win, 31, Myron 30, Steve 29, Eddie 28, Jeremy 28, Scott 28, John 28. Jeremy gets around Scott at the end along with Eddie. Holy cow. Eddie was off the track and gets fourth. Tim Moore to timing and scoring.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
Smart. You heard everybody say drive smart. Right. Then you stay in the middle. 6 seconds. That's half. And I took the time to actually. Yeah. Don't wipe out. I started working on that part. Like, okay, yeah, I have enough space.
Rick Worth. Scott Fuller. David Panter. 1 minute to the start of the race.
Really, really well done. You read the paint just ran. Take that one home. That was a good job.
45 seconds to the start of the race. Sean Mack. .30 seconds to the start of the race. .15 seconds to the start of the race. Robert Durlo.
Slower at the game where it's not.
All right. Running order will be Sean, way up under the HPI Racing sign, the very first red dot. Robert under the EA sign. Move up, Sean. One more. Oh, sorry, my mistake. All right. So Robert is third. So Rick under the first tire. Keep moving, keep going, right there. Looking good, looking good. Everybody set. Hold your cars. All right, hey, before we start this, let's take 1 second. We only have a week left, maybe, right? We only have 1 week left, I think, right? Since I won't be here, I want to take a second and thank Robert Durla for 10 amazing years running this place. Thousands and thousands of hours of fun, a couple dozen hours of sheer shit, but thank you, Robert. Thank you from all of us. Yeah, you have no idea how hard this job is, and he does an amazing job. All right, are we ready? Marshals are in position, drivers are ready to go. Drivers are lined up, here we go. On the horn, less than 5. Ooh, Sean gets a good start, nice and clean. Robert taps, ooh, Rick hits the brake. Robert rocking and rolling. No. Not when you do it to yourself. Restart. All right, so let me sort this out. Sean, David's all the way up to second in the blue and white down the backstretch. Robert in third, recovering his mistake. Rick trying to recover from his. Scott still denying he made one. So Robert all over David. This is the main, David. You don't have to give him no corners. Don't do it, David. Hold him off. Make him pass you clean. Oh, nice job, David. Oh, it gives it back. So Rick looking inside, thinks better of it. Keep it tight, David. Good job.
5 minutes
Make
left.
him pass you clean. Good job. Looking clean. Oh, nice job. He can't pass you. Rick, meanwhile, Robert's got his own problems with Rick behind you, David. Drive your own line. Oh, wow. Robert gives him the shoulder. Wow. So Rick, yeah. So Rick moves up into second, passing Robert. Yeah, that was for round 2, Rick says. Still got 1 or 2 guys left to pay back. Watch out for that yellow car. He's on a vengeance tour. Yeah, that's his story. All right, so meanwhile, the pink car, which is your leader, is out and gone. Who was that off the track? Was that Durla off the track? Yep, I smell Paragon. There it is, yep. So David back on top of Robert, looking for a little payback. There it is. There it is. Leader on top of both of them. Robert lets him go by. David doesn't intentionally let him go by, but he does it nevertheless. Rick, half a lap back of the leader, all by himself now, driving his own race. Got nobody to blame but himself if things go wrong here. Durla, yeah. Well, Durla's in third, trying to figure out what line Sean is running that makes him so fast. So that lets Durla have his line. Yeah, that wasn't the line. That's the Scott over the hump, do the triple, hit the brakes in the airline. All right, so the leader hunting on second place, trying to put the entire field down a lap. Robert trying to avoid the embarrassment. Running order is Sean, Rick, Scott, Robert, David, and we are not even halfway through yet. Coming up on that, though. 4 seconds to the halfway mark.
3 minutes left.
So Sean has a 4.5 second lead over Rick. Scott 1.2 behind Rick. Robert 5 seconds behind Scott. David 4 seconds behind Robert. Your leader's on a 36:02 pace. That's well off qualifying time. Rick gets a potty tuck, straightens it out. I think, yeah, that's not enough to let Robert by. Rick running third. Scott moves up to second. 14.5 second lap for Rick. Now 1 second behind Scott. So the closest race is the white and yellow cars going through the S's together onto the backstretch. That is second and third. In the meantime, Robert's still trying to hold Sean off to keep from going a lap down. Robert through the S's, Sean through the S's,
left.
down the backstretch they go. Scott has pulled away from Rick now, 1.2 second lead. Trails Sean by 7. Robert 2.3 back of Rick. Oh, that's just what Robert was looking for. He takes over third place from Rick. And now Sean has to get through third and fourth. Scott by himself down the straightaway. Trails Sean by 7 seconds. Rick a third of a second
1
behind
minute left.
Robert. Oh, look at that. Yep. Oh, just a bit inside. So Sean sandwiched
45
between
seconds left.
third and fourth. Not a good place to be. Got 35 seconds remaining. Sean has lapped the field, I
30
think.
seconds left.
Everybody but Robert, I think, yeah. Hasn't lapped Scott either. Scott trails by 6 seconds. Oh. Rick thought about
15
taking Robert out
seconds
nose on. 12 seconds. 10 seconds.
Robert don't. Rick,
Robert's done.
Sean
Rick's done. Sean's done. That's it.
done.
It's a race.
Scott
Sean,
done.
36.05
The
takes
race
it.
is
Scott only
complete.
2.5 back, 36.08. Robert, 29.600.6. Rick, 29.605. And David, 28.607.
Oh, for whoever's left, we are racing again next Sunday, as far as I know. Here